time, we can give them their arm, okay? The best case scenario would be to hold their arm, and we're just going to get them to move across the body, okay? So to start out with, I'm just gonna leave her arm down. You guys might wanna come around on this side. So we're gonna find the medial border of the scapula, and the rhomboids attached from the thoracic spine to the medial border. Now she's passive. So that's why in the notes it says to walk around the body, but it's just a little bit harder for you to anchor it this way. So anchor and walk around or move around. Okay? You could possibly anchor this way with your fingers instead. Okay? And nasty area to be treated. Very, very painful. Usually very many active trigger points. Often nerve entrapment. Huge referral pattern. And then after you've done that a couple times, then to finish, you can pin this way and stretch that way, and you can just feel the tissues almost that rip kind of feeling when it's tight. Okay? So it's a good hurt. All right, let's try that. So the motion is, I'm going to turn sideways here, a little bit back, and then up. Now we can turn this into a hold, relax, or a PNF stretch by Ursula. Take a deep breath in, hold your breath, and try to squeeze your arms together and pull down towards your hips, nice and light. So she's contracting the tissues, and then slowly relax. Once she completely relaxes, then we can pull up and back a little bit more. See how much further she went that time? So the whole idea of a hold.
Is this your first course with Cheryl?
Sure is.
And what did you learn?
I learned how to cooperate with the clients a little bit better. I've always done deep tissue, but I've never been able to lighten up my touch enough to feel the really specific structures, which is why I took this course. And great, awesome. I really feel more confident in going into more specific things, and working around the neck I'm so much more comfortable with. I'm excited to go to work tomorrow.
Awesome. So which one was your favorite?
Longest coli.
Longest coli?
Yeah, everything else was an alternate way of treating on it. The same that I've been doing, but alternately, I'm going to save my body more with Cheryl's way. The longest coli is what I was most excited about.
Awesome. So you would then say that you did learn how to talk to the tissues this week.
Absolutely, that's the best. That's a really good way of putting it. Yeah.
Excellent. It's funny that that's the name of her her newsletter and stuff.
It's true. It's especially for these guys that are first starting out. It's hard. You get the no pain, no gain thing right outside.
Observation. So, Eugene, you want to tell him?
Sorry.
You're the genius, you tell him.
Go ahead.
Well, when I look at it,
Naked eye?
yeah, the curve here that it's formed,
Yeah.
and this it's lower than.
Okay,
On
so
this side.
the natural skin fold that you're seeing
Okay,
there, can you
okay.
see that it's
Slightly higher than left.
you had a balance, or you had just slightly high, do 2 on one side and 2 on the other, because we don't want to take somebody who is balanced and unbalanced. Okay, so so she was imbalanced, so we're going to just do the correction on that side to balance her. If your partner was balanced already, do a couple on one side, flip them over, do a couple on the other side. Okay. Go.
I was.
What you're going to do is stand with your body against the wall and make sure that you're not in internal or external rotation. Make sure that you're parallel, so your feet have to start parallel. If you get people starting with their feet pointed forward, their hips are going to point forward. Okay? The tighter you are, the closer you need to be to the wall, the more flexibility you have, the more you can get away from the wall. If they have shoulder issues, they might not be able to put their arm up here. They might just have to go down here. Okay? If they don't have shoulder issues, this is going to stretch the lats and everything on this side, as well as the QLs, and drop that hip. So you stand on the foot that you're of the side you're being stretched. This foot is just here for balance. Okay? But I'm standing on that foot, and my foot is parallel, so my hips are parallel. Okay? And then all I'm going to do is lean away. I can put this hand here if I want to. lean away, and I can be at a point where I'm close enough that I can actually drop and lay my hip against the wall to relax. So yesterday, and then we would go into a type 2 rotation. Okay, so it all starts getting a little more confusing as we go. So sacral base, then you're going to palpate and try to find the transverse and spinous processes of L5. Remember that particularly? No. So all we need to know is that, yeah, they can be different. Okay. And they feel different because of how much tissue is covering them. That's the biggest thing. And in the buttocks area, there's often a lot of tissue. Okay? So you can't be shy. You got to get right down to their coccyx and feel for it. Be firm enough to feel it, but be cognizant that it could be sore. So just, don't go in hard and fast. Go in slow and hard. Okay? Any other questions? So if you want to hop on down there, and I'll get up on Josh. It's my turn to play now. So, we've assessed everything in neutral. Okay, we've assessed the sacrum, whether or time.
So can you assume that when one side of the erectus is all bunching and the other side isn't, that side is more posterior and in rotation?
Yes. So, we saw yesterday that when he was standing, we saw that he was totally more posterior on this side, okay? And that usually a type 1 rotation is there first, and then once you clear out the type 1 rotation with a correction, you're going to be left with that type 2 thing that really caused the whole problem, okay? So with him, did you have a high ilium on one side or the other?
On the right side.
And a hamstring stretch. Okay, so take a deep breath in again, and push your heel into my shoulder. A little harder this time. And relax. Try to straighten the leg just a little bit more and keep going. So hamstrings really do respond well to PNF stretching. Okay? Then it's the Faber test, I believe, in your chart. Okay? So Faber stands for if she has any pain.
This side's always worse.
This side's always worse, okay? So one thing I forgot to say yesterday too is if she didn't have pain, then what you do, you're there, so just lay on your back. Sorry to leave you alone there. If they don't have pain, slide over this way just a bit, or relax more and feel better. Okay?
It's like the hand on your shoulder or
Yeah,
hand or
Right,
whatever.
yeah, by giving her contact with me, then she's more in control of what I'm doing to her, okay?
Even if I'm, because it's me moving the leg.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah. Not going unless you back off a little bit,
Yeah.
okay? Any other questions, comments? Did you all try to use this long fist last time? How was that working? It's good, not too bad. And again, technically I like to use my downhill hand, but it'll start to get sore, so then I'll switch to this hand, okay? Not near as bad. I mean, they're still bad, but the more chance that they refer, the worse the trigger point is. So if she's getting referral everywhere too, plus the local pain, then you know it's even a more active trigger point. So often these times, sometimes the local pain is so excruciating you don't even feel the referral pain because you're just focused on that pain. Everybody's different though, but the referral is often to the front of the thigh and also just down the back into the SI joint area. So a lot of SI joint pain is caused from these tight hip flexors and lots of other trigger points as well.
So do the trigger points respond well to this type of work?